Okay, Willem is here with us now, so we can proceed.
Yeah.
Shakela will be joining us later on because he's still on the road. So whenever we see him, that's when we see him. But he did send apologies that he'll be late.
Okay.
Okay, so welcome to today's briefing. Today is 19th of July 2022. And yeah, we're almost there. We're almost there. So how has it been for you guys so far? Nicolette has shared her reflection on the video which she just sent to me this morning, and thank you very much for that video, Nicoline. It was very well done, and yeah, it was a nice video, and you look very cute in that video as well. So thank you for sharing that. Yeah.
Thank you.
So
I just want to apologize for taking so long doing it. We had a big breakdown, so yeah, we were under pressure for the last few days.
yeah.
I'm actually studying from home today due to too much overtime.
Okay. Well, that's great. Yeah. So how has the journey been so far? Let's start with Willem.
Morning, everyone. I also did send on the flip.
Flip grade.
Yeah, on the flip, yes, review as well. But then, so far, it's what I was basically explaining on the video, the flip as well. For me, this course so far, it has really helped me a lot, theoretically and practically. So, theoretically, in means whereby there's aspects whereby it has helped me a lot to understand the importance of communication in an organization, whereby so that all parties involved, they can reflect on it and then follow the system that it's put in place. It makes the organizations to run smoothly. As well, the important aspect as well when it comes to preventive maintenance. It's shown me the importance of preventive maintenance, whereby it helps the organization or the hospital to save on running costs, to prevent those major breakdowns and stuff. So it basically helps the hospital to save money. I know that it has advantages and disadvantages, but then I think the most important aspect on the preventive maintenance is the advantages that it has, budget-wise, with the hospital. It does also help me with the classification of the medical equipment, because in my field I was mostly exposed to class 1 and class 2 medical equipment. I was not that clued up with the class 3 medical devices, for instance, the pacemakers and stuff. So I would classify them as class 2. But then in this program, I got to the understanding that they are classified as class 3, of which I was not aware. So it really has helped me a lot. As well, with when it comes to other biomedical testing equipment. For instance, the one that Chakela mentioned with the incubator analyzer. That type of equipment, I was not aware that it's available, that you are able to use that kind of biomedical analyzer to test the equipment. I thought maybe it's drip and drains, whereby you get one equipment, the temperature sensor, the sun meter and stuff. So I didn't know there's equipment that's combined and then it does all the testing procedure when testing an incubator as well. And then lastly, I think what triggered me as well on the aspect is inventory. Because I think that's one thing as well we struggle with in our workshop, whereby we have stock of the components that we need to replace on medical equipment, and then not knowing that we have it in the bins or so, we'd end up ordering. And then when we order those pairs, they can be quite expensive as well. And then in the long run, that's when you find out, oh, you've ordered these pairs, and then when you're going to put them in your inventory as well, you realize that no, I have these things, and then of which I shouldn't have stocked up. So that also in the inventory as well, it also helps to save on budget as well. So far, it really has helped me a lot, and then I'm willing to learn more as well. Thank you.
Thank you, William. I have just opened Flipgrid, so I have just seen the video you uploaded. I've not watched it yet because I just saw it now, but thank you for uploading
Okay.
that video on Flipgrid.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, so Nicolene, your turn. Even though you've sent a video already, but yeah, let's hear it live.
Well, so from my side, the training was so far very, very well knowledge. On my side, I've enjoyed it a lot so far. Not having a clinical engineering training behind me, but working in the field for 10 years.
Okay, I think we lost her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Carry on with this good work and training us on this. The thing is, what I've learned a lot about, especially what we are struggling with at our side, as Willem was saying, on asset management, I think we really need to improve there. On our inventory, I must say we're a small corporate hospital, so our inventory is up to date. Usually, we only keep the small amount of equipment with us and spare parts for that. Our spare parts on big equipment, that is a high capital expenditure. We do it when we have a breakdown or we see that we need to date with stuff like that and try and keep it as good as possible from our side. Me and Dika have in our clinical office, we have big containers, bins that solves our problem. I don't know if Willem wants to look at that in the future, where everything is marked, like your cuffs, your SpO2 probes, the different brands you have in your hospital, the different ECGs you have in your hospital, potentiometers that you use on the table, little things in stock. So you can always go to that drawer, open it, and there's 1, 2, or 3. Depends on how many of these things you have in your hospital. So I must say the inventory control was very informative on asset management that I think we need to focus more on of what we have in a hospital and how to manage it and make sure that the contents and the life of it, your end life, is in the right bracket period. Because we have a problem at our facility where our CEO likes to push it to the limit until the thing basically breaks down completely and you have to make a plan. But on the ethics and the code of conduct, that's a thing that I've never known about in the clinical field. And it has learned me a lot on what the right thing is to do when you are working in this environment. So that is most important because sometimes they will just tell you to make a plan. They don't care how you do it, but just make a plan. And that's not the way clinical engineering is supposed to work. You have to do the right thing with the right legality behind it so that you protect yourself, the company, the patient, the doctor, and the staff. So yeah, communication was also a really nice topic for me. Sometimes we rush around like headless chickens, try to help everyone in the facility. Whereby in our facility we're only 2, so it's quite difficult and very much pressurized. So communication is one of the topics that was very, very nice as well. Saving money, you know, when you're in the clinical field, you need to make sure that you don't blame anyone, but you want to gain info. from them so you can resolve the problem as easy as possible. So, and that's when you save money as well. You don't over expenditure then on the problem. You focus on what you know best from the info you got. So yes, the preventative maintenance side, I must say there was a lot of info around it as well, and I think there's a lot of features in that I will start implementing in our team here. So yeah, I must say the training so far is very much informative. The patient monitoring videos was very informative. How to work with our analyzers that we already have in the facility. How to get the best outcome out of them. There's a lot of features on our simulators that I didn't know about that I'm starting to use now as I go on day by day. And I must say, it's very interesting. It's helping me a lot at the end of the day to get the best results of the cognitive, and I'm seeing forward for a lot of new information.
Thank you very much, Nicolene. That feedback was very helpful and very deep and insightful as well. I'm glad that the course is adding value to the way you do things in your work environment, and that's one of our goals to make sure that the course is actually relevant to your work environment. And I believe you can take a few photos of your workshop and all those sticky notes and how things are arranged and done for and post in the WhatsApp group of Willem and Chakela so they can see how it's done and learn from it. Since they are not able to come and visit, but they can do a virtual tour and maybe just a video for them or a few photos so they can give them a virtual tour. Okay, so we have come a long way in this course. And you see, these little assignments we do, little activities, is all part of the final assessment. So don't wait for one big final exam at the end where you sweat for 5 hours writing on 15 units. So we try to break it down little by little so that at the end you don't have a big, you may still have an assessment, but not a huge summative assessment at the end. So all these little activities are part of the assessment, okay? And so there are little marks for them, which will add up to the final assessment. So take them seriously. I'm still expecting the activity on the voice notes. You remember the voice notes? Go back to the WhatsApp chat. You will see there's, I think, either Thursday or Friday, where I did indicate that you should do a voice note on your experience with the patient monitor. Yeah, so go back to the chat, you will see it. So I'm still expecting that. But no hurry, no pressure, just take your time. Okay. So for today, the topic is on ventilator. And there is the theoretical topic or the video, which you are going to, the video lesson. And then there's also the, I'm trying to open and share screen. Okay, just give me a moment to get to it. So the theory part on ventilator, and then there's also the practical side. No, well, no, not the practical side. The theory part on ventilator. There is an aspect that is missing as yet, which is we're still working on, and that is the practical side. I'm still waiting for Freddie and Trisha to finalize that and send to me. I did send a reminder today, so I will upload them as they come. They are a bit slack with that, which is unacceptable. But as I receive them, I'm going to upload them. So what you have for today will be mostly the theoretical side. Let me quickly share my screen so that I can take you there. where Freddie was talking about the theory on ventilation. So I believe you can see my screen. Okay, so here we are, unit 12, ventilators. So you have the theory side here where Freddie was sharing, and then you also have Trisha talking about ventilator accessories. Ventilator accessories. So that's the content for today. Now, while we await an upload of the practical side, there will be an activity which I would like you guys to do. And that activity will be to go to YouTube. So you'll go to YouTube, look for any video on gas flow meter or gas flow analyzer. Any video on YouTube on gas flow meter, either from Fluke or Rigel or any other company that talks about the use of the gas flow meter, especially as it relates to a ventilator. Okay, so there are videos from Fluke. There should be videos on Rigel as well, using their testing equipment, the gas flow meter. Now, I want you to look for two different videos on the gas flow meter and how they are used to test your ventilator and other gas flow, equipment like maybe an anesthetic machine and so on. Now, watch those two videos and send me the link on WhatsApp, not in the group, but send it personally to me. And that will tell me that yes, you have seen the videos, you have watched the videos, and these are the links. And I will go and check out those links that you have sent and see if they are relevant. Okay? So that will be the activity for this unit, unit 12. But first, you'll watch the theory on ventilator and by Freddie, and then the one on ventilator accessories by Trisha. Then you go to YouTube and search for videos. You can just type the word gas flow meter, either from Fluke or from Rigel or any other company, and how they are used with the ventilator. So I want you to watch two separate videos so you can have not just one from one company, but from at least two different companies, right? So once you find the right video, you watch the video, they're relevant, send me those links either by email or by WhatsApp. And that will be the activity that goes with Unit 12. Okay, I'm going to share that on the WhatsApp group as well. That's the activity. I'll share it on WhatsApp group. And for Jamila, who is not here with us, I have this recorded. I will send the link so that he can watch later on and know what we've talked about and also the activity that follows. Are there any comments or questions before we close for this morning?
I'm okay.
Great. Great. So if
I'm
everything, wonderful. So if everything you need to do today is clear, I think this is where we will end the daily briefing for today. So enjoy the rest of your day. And if there are any issues, as usual, do not hesitate to send a message to the WhatsApp group, and we'll do our best to respond as soon as possible. Okay.
will do. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Have a nice day and all the best to you for the
Thank
rest of the day.